Yeah, it's such an addictive game. You know, as a child, it was a dream because I grew up around some of the team from Australia too, and it made such a big impact, not just from a sporting sense, but just for the entire country at that time.
He's the youngest skipper in the fleet by a long way, but 20-year-old James Spithill has been playing the starts like a veteran.
Those competitors can come out there thinking they're going to have an easy race, and look out, because you know we're going to be all fired up and we haven't really got that much to lose.
As soon as I was fortunate enough to get involved in the game, I mean, it's definitely one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, but at the same time, one of the most rewarding.
The little Aussie battlers held their nerve to sneak a win they thought might completely elude them.
You'd think, geez, I don't want to go through this without winning a race, so the pressure's off a bit now, we got one.
And once you've been through a couple of those cycles, I mean, yeah, I've struggled to find that sort of satisfaction and that feeling anywhere else. I don't think any of us, you know, back when we started out, ever thought we would be in the situation we're in. I mean, it's better to be lucky than good in terms of the timing. I was fortunate enough to experience those version 5 big lead keeled boats. From an engineering point of view, yeah, they were pushing the edge, but in terms of performance, I mean, let's face it, there was a lot of other boats in the world that were quicker than those.
And USA, skippered by Jimmy Spithill, is leading with 2 legs to go.
2010, in my mind, was the change when we just saw these giant multi-hulls, and from then on, it's just been a quantum leap. Now we've kind of caught up with other sports. Now the actual boats that we're using on the water are right up there as well.
New Zealand are faster, I'm telling you. There's about a 2 or 3 knot differential. That was the game breaker.
Yeah, the 2013 campaign, it will be one that anyone involved in it will never forget.
Big smiles for this one.
A faultless race by the Kiwis. The pattern is set.
Cooks and his brains trust. I mean, what can they do now?
I mean, every campaign really pushes you to the edge, but I think to have to go day in, day out so long at match point was just one hell of a mental game. Imagine if these guys lost from here. What an upset that would be. Having to go home, go to bed at night, wake up and just kind of face the gun every day was something you can draw on when times get tough to think back to then and think, well, look what the team got through then. And that's quite normal in America's Cup, where you have to go through some highs and lows.
At 8-1, Jimmy Spithill said, we believe we can still come back and win this. America's Cup will stay in America.
But ultimately, what I've learned is you have to surround yourself with good people, because when you get to those moments, you really look around you for your teammates, for their strength, and you draw confidence from them.
Look, it really is about the team, man. Like, on your own, you're nothing, but when you've got a team like this around you, they can make you look great, and they did all of that today.
You know, I was very lucky early on in my career to experience and learn that.
The team today just did a great job. The team just were awesome,
and since then, again, have been very, very fortunate in every campaign I've had. Just such a great squad.
Fantastico! È bellissimo! È bellissimo!
In good times, yeah, well, everyone gets along, but when times are tough, that's when you really see the value in your teammates. The racing this time will be much more aggressive. Everyone's copied our 2 helmsman setup. I think that in itself will really allow the sailors to go very, very aggressive in the racing, and even the boats, we're seeing the families of the boats are starting to come a lot closer together. You know, everyone's going to have their strengths and weaknesses, but yeah, I think the racing will be another step up. This next generation of athletes we're seeing come through are so far advanced than, say, myself or other guys from, let's say, my generation, because we didn't have, let's say, the online ability to go and study other teams racing old races. We didn't have simulators. You had to literally get out there on the water and learn that way. Now, with 2-boat simulators, with a lot of these pre-events, I mean, there's this ability to go and practice all of this before you even step on board an AC75.
They have done it again and crossed the finish line here. Rossa Prada Pirelli.
I'm definitely getting to the end of this game here. And also, you know, I want to go out on the top. You know, clearly I'm a fan of the sport, so I will be involved in different roles, but I would love nothing better to go out on top. I'd also love nothing better to see a young gun come in and replace me.